Liza here, and so today in this video I will be doing my first ever Q&A video. So I have the questions right in front of me, so I'm just going to get right into answering them. Okay, so these first two questions are from Crazy Daisy Doll, and so her first question asks, what was the first video you ever saw on AGTube? And well, I don't really remember what the first video I ever watched on AGTube was, but I feel like it was probably by Basil Mentos. And her second question is, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? My favorite ice cream flavor is probably between cotton candy and mint chocolate chip. Okay, so the next questions are from Epic Pink AG, and she asks, who was your first subscriber? And my first subscriber was Olivia72. And her second question is, how did you get into AG-AGTube? And so the story of how I got into AG is sort of long, so I'm just going to say how I got into AGTube. And how I got into AGTube is, so I was already into AG, and then I decided one day I was just looking around YouTube, and I decided to look up doll videos, and I found some American Girl stop motions, and I watched them, and I just thought it was so cool how people could make their dolls move on their own. And so that's sort of how I got into AG2. And then she asks, what camera and editing system do you use? And so the editing system I use is Windows Live Movie Maker, and then the camera I use is an Olympus camera, and I'm not sure the exact model. And then she asks, do you have an Instagram? And no, I do not have an Instagram, and I'm not sure if I'll be getting one anytime soon. Alright, so these next questions are from Nobody Else 101, and her first question is, when did you start your channel? And so I first made my channel on January 5th, 2015, and but I didn't upload my first video until May 2nd, 2015. Then she asks, how many dolls do you have? And I have 8 American Girl dolls, I have 2 Our Generation dolls, and I have one 14-inch Hearts for Hearts Girl doll. And then her next question is, how did you think of your channel name? And so when I was making my channel, I sort of didn't really want it to have the words dollies or AG in it. And then also I was sort of in the mood for macaroons at the time, so I sort of just thought of, hey, French macaroons works. And then the 772, I wanted to add some numbers at the end. Then she asks, what camera do you use? And like I said before, I use an Olympus camera, but I'm not sure the exact model. And then she asks, what editor do you use? And I use Windows Live Movie Maker. And then her last question is, what are your thoughts on the Girl of the Year 2016? And I really do not like Leah Clark. I just think she looks really angry, and I just don't like her. Okay, so these next questions are from Rainbow Lollipop 17. And so her first question is, who was your first American Girl doll? And my first American Girl doll was Kit Kittredge. Okay, so her second question is, who were your first 10 subscribers? And so my first 10 subscribers were Olivia72, American Girl Doll Lover 29, Polka Dots 11, Ashley K, Sweet Saunders AG, Haven West, Love Dolls Forever, Dolls of Today, Doll Productions, and AG Purple Marshmallow. And her last question is, what do you think of the new Girl of the Year? And like I said before, I just think she looks really angry, and I really do not like her at all. Alright, so these next questions come from AG Stop Motion CBAG. And so her questions are, what made you want to play-collect American Girl things? And so how I sort of got into AG was a while back. I was in first grade, at McDonald's they had these little booklets that had that were for one of the historical American Girl dolls. And so I got the Kit one, and I really loved the Kit one, so that's how I got my first. So then I got Kit, and then from then on I sort of got into AG and then started collecting more AG dolls and things. And then, how did you come up with the name for your channel? It's your second question. And like I said before, I didn't really want my channel name to have AG or dollies in it, so I pretty much just said French macaroons works because I was in the mood for French macaroons, and then the 772 just sort of came after that. Then her next question are what are your favorite YouTubers? And well, my favorite non-YouTuber is probably Tyler Oakley. And then, what is your favorite doll? And so, my favorite doll that I do not have is probably, just like you, number 47. Alright, so these next questions are from Canadian AG Girl. And she asks, can you name all your dolls in chronological order in 10 seconds? And, okay, I'll try to do that right now, so I'm going to pull up a timer. Alright, so I have the timer right here, and so I'm going to try to name all my American Girl dolls. I'm not going to name my Our Generation dolls and stuff. I'm just going to name my American Girl dolls, and I'm going to try to do that in 10 seconds. So, Kit, Kanani, McKenna, Brooklyn, Kimberly, Ashlyn, Kyoko, Noelle. Okay, so I did that in 7 seconds. And so, I'm pretty proud of myself now. Okay, so, now her next question is, what is your opinion on the Girl of the Year 2016? And, like I said before, I think she just looks like some angry doll. And every time I look at her, she just looks madder. And she just looks angry at me, and I'm kind of scared. Not really. And will you get her? No. And then she asks, what non-AG tubers do you watch? And so I don't actually really watch many vloggers or YouTubers, but I do watch Tyler Oakley, and I watch Little Lizard Gaming. He does Minecraft modes, and I think a few others that I can't really think of at this moment, but those are just two YouTubers that don't do AG stuff. Alright, so the last questions I have here are from AG Coconut 11, and she asks, do you like Leah, and if so, will you get her? No, I do not like Leah, and I will not get her. The second question is, if you had $200 and it was to spend on a new doll and clothes, what doll would you get, and what would she be like? So the doll I would probably get is just like you, number 47. I'm not sure what outfit I would get and what she would be like. I'm really not sure because I usually come up with my dolls' personalities after I get them sometimes. And her last question is, how did you get your name? And I've answered before, I was in the mood for French macaroons, and I didn't want to have the name Dollies or AG or American Girl in the name, so I just said French macaroons, and that works, and that's sort of how I got my name. Alright, so that's all the questions I have for this Q&A, and I hope you enjoyed. So, I guess I'll see you guys in my next video, so bye!